Okay, let's take a look at problem 2 now. Up above it says, if the radicand of the nth root of a has the perfect nth power among its factors, you can reduce the radical. If you can reduce a radical as much as possible, the radical is in simplest form. For example, consider the square root of 24 and the cube root of 24. If I break down the square root of 24, I have the square root of 4 times 6, and I can take the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So therefore I can pull this 2 out and I'm left with 2, and the 6 is left under. For the cube root of 24, I can break it down as 8 times 3, which is the same thing, but I chose 8 times 3 instead because I know that I can take the cube root of 8. And the cube root of 8 is 2, so I can pull out that 2, and what's left under is the 3, so I get 2 cube root of 3. It's the simplest form. So now it says, what is the simplest form of the cube root of 54 times x to the 5th? Well, I would break it down, and I know that 27, because that's what this is, are 3 to the 3rd power is 27. So 27 times 2 equals 54. And they broke it down in this way so that we can see that I can take this cube root out. And then also we have x squared and x to the 3rd. And they pulled out the x cubed in this way so that we can see that that comes out as well. And everything left under the radical is over here. And so I'm left with 3x, because this is what we can pull out of the radical, cube root of 2x to the square. So let's look at this one. Let's see if I can explain it in a little different way. So let's say this 128, the cube root of 128. So let's divide 128 by, I'm going to divide it by 2, and I get 64. So I get 2 times 64, and I'm going to go ahead and break this x up into, I know that I get the cube root of x to the 3rd times x to the 3rd times x to the 1, because I add my exponents. So 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So that's what that x to the 7th breaks down as. Alright, so now I can break down this 64 to be 8 times 8. Now, I know, and you might not know this, but I know that I can take the cube root of 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. But for the people that don't know, let me put it over here. Let me break it down over here so that we can see it a little bit better. So we have 2. This 8 breaks down to 2 times 2 times 2. If you want to prove that, put in your calculator. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. And then I have another 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, and then I still have the x to the 3rd plus x to the 3rd times x to the 1. Alright, and so every time I have 3 of something, one of them comes out. So I have 3 here because I'm dealing with cube root. And then I have this 3 here and this 3 here. Okay, so with that same idea in mind, if I come over here, I have the cube root of 8 times the cube root of 8 times the cube root of x to the 3rd times the cube root of x to the 3rd times the cube root of everything that's left is 2x, and that's the same thing left here, 2x. And so, as we said, when I have 3 of something, one of those comes out. So here, I'm pulling out 1, 2, pulling out another 2, pulling out an x, and pulling out another x. And I'm left with 2x. Multiply this out, I get 4x squared and the cube root of 2x. Oops, I'm sorry, I forgot my cube sign here. Same principle applies here. The cube root of 8 is 2 times the cube root of 8 is 2 times the cube root of x to the 3rd is x times the cube root of x to the 3rd is x. And then I'm left with, I'm sorry I ran out of space, the cube root of 2x. So if I multiply this out, I get 4x squared times the cube root of 2x. I hope this helps.